Welcome to the Center of Light with spiritual teacher, intuitive, musician, composer, and best-selling author of The Divine Principle, Anchoring Heaven on Earth, your host, Keith Anthony Blanchard.
Hello everyone, good to see you. Welcome to Center of Light. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard. Tonight's presentation is powerful. Key word we're going to be using tonight is power. Intentionally, power. Power. I'm going to be saying that word a lot. Not that I don't think you understand what it means. There is a vibration, an understanding, collective understanding of what we think and know power to be. Power. Not talking about brute force. It may move mountains like brute force, but it's not. It's subtle in nature and is everything. Welcome to tonight's presentation. Discover your superpower. You are all super friends. You are all the Avengers. We are the Justice League of the world, right? Let me get down to Center of Light business. Hello, everyone. Melanie, forgive me if I don't call your name because the feed moves so fast. Melanie, Lisa, Danny, Pat Songe. What's up, old childhood friend? Mary, Amalung, Kelly, Rob DeGlow, Tam, Chachapooks, Han, Teresa, Jim, Patty, Carl, Ann. Hello, Ann Abair, Duplantis, Katerina, Kel Burke. Hi. Elwood, Anita Terrio. Hello, Anita. Pri, Stacy, Christopher Wayne, Kristen Davis, Sandra Taylor, Danny Murphy. Life is a choice. Brother, I'll play that song first for you when we go to commercial break shortly. You got it, my friend. Thomas McCartney with no H. Hey, Thomas. John Berthelot. Maria. Jackie Atwell. Charlene Chucky Duncan. Rena. Thomas says, not all you believe is true. Brother, I support that 1,000%. In fact, I'll go as far as to join you in echoing that and raising it up another level, which is, I would think 99.999% of what anyone believes is not true. I would go that far. You know, we think we know what reality is. Really? Do we know that? I mean, if we knew what reality truly is, will forever be, we would not be in these conundrums we find ourselves in. Often. Hello, Dagny. Let's get down to the presentation, at least the monologue of it. Discover your superpower. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard. I am a soul made of light here on this earth to use my God-given abilities for global unity. YahNahVah, it has begun. A lot of my friends don't really understand what I do. Many of them have left. Not because, oh my God, Keith's so weird, I'm just going to get out of his space. No. Life turns over. People come in, people go out. People come in, people go out. Life turns over. People come in, people go out. Life turns over. And it's okay. I understood that risk a long time ago. However, I will push forward to achieve the objective in the game of life. And that's to develop my superpower. We all have it. We all just need the key. so to speak, to unlock the gate, to unlock the filing cabinet where it's all located. You know, I don't have friends that call me up and say, hey, Keith, what are you doing tomorrow night? Nothing. Cool, let's go hang out. That does not happen for me. You would think because I'm so popular, it just doesn't, and I didn't mean that arrogantly or egoistically. I'm making a point and a joke. I don't get phone calls. I don't get phone calls. Hello, Doug. I just don't get these kind of invitations. I understand that what I do, what many of us do, is just different. June Pellegrin, I saw a minute ago you were in Houma, Louisiana at the Canal Bar, is that right? Tony Meharry's in the house, drumming fool. Thomas says, that's right, many dislike me when I reveal who I am by the spoken word of the first God. The first? There is only one. Tony Harris. Hey, Keith, what are you doing tomorrow night? Ha, ha, ha. I thought somebody was going to chime in with something like that. Good to see you, brother. The first, Thomas, the only. Everything else is nonsense. But here's what I would like to offer up as well, Thomas. The first implying a linear timeline. We need that shit so we can understand the linear timeline. But the first God never started, nor will it never end. It just is. It infinitely is over and over and over and over and over. Forever. On every possible level. Yeah, Thomas, and I understand that there are lesser gods. Those lesser gods can be useful. It's kind of like when you first start out and you enter vehicles, you get on a bike. Let's call the absolute ultimate God of Lamborghini the it. The one with the most power, the it. The one that everyone salivates for, drools at the mouth for. God is the Lamborghini. The lesser gods would be what we start off on, the bicycle. We learn the bicycle. We get our groove on, we get our pedaling on. And then we move up to a mini bike. And then we get to a motorbike. And then get our first car with a stick. So they're all purposeful in the ascension of absolution. And at any time, one can stop and be comfortable riding a mini bike or a bicycle or a motorbike and say, I'm just happy here for a while. Until you realize you want power. I don't mean power to dominate. I mean the power of dominion. Ushering in a new kind of power, which is not lord over anyone else. It doesn't. In fact, if anything, it brings everyone else to the Lord. What is the Lord? The Lord is that which is power. No matter how you guise it, no matter what you call it, no matter what you think like in its Caucasian skin. It ain't Caucasian, it ain't black, it ain't gray, it ain't green, it ain't purple. It's power. It doesn't have a guise until we assign it one, like we assign everyone we meet. Oh, my name is Keith Blanchard. Nice to meet you. My name is John Doe. Hi, John. I'm already figuring out a way to assign this person a role. And if you don't carry out this task that I've assigned you, whether you know I've assigned it to you or not, you're going to piss me off. That is not power. We are becoming the awakened humanity. Check this out. There is no turning back. It's done. It's actually done. We are now living out how it was done, so that in the future, other civilizations, humanity as well, is going to look back and say, oh my God, these were the warriors. This is how it was all done. This is how the game of human life was achieved. For me, meaning the people in the future, to be here right now to talk about our past history. Everyone is beginning to understand that we're all watching a big movie screen. For many, they still think the movie they are watching is real. I get it. We go to theater and we up cheering for Rocky, right? And we come out the theater, we're all doing this, right? Because we got so caught up in the drama of the movie. And after the Rocky movie was over, everyone stood up and cheered. And in their frivolity, they cheered for Sylvester Stallone. They cheered for Mr. T in the second one. Even the villains. They cheered for everyone because it was a phenomenal play on the Earth's grand stage. All the world's a stage. And we are merely players. Performers and portrayers. Each another's audience beyond the gilded cage. Thank you, the band Rush. Oh my God. How delicious is that? For those, hi Cynthia Crawford, hi Linda. Thomas is chiming in. Hello, Thomas. I get the idea, the feeling that it's first time here. Nice to meet you, sir. Smiles the Lord is a lesser good. He is your devil. I don't know what that means because it's so short. Welcome everybody, welcome everybody, welcome everybody. And thank you for everyone for giving me your insights. Many of you love giving me your points, and that's okay. I will chime in as I can. Hello, Dana. Hello, Sherry Vertrees, Irwin, Levi Johnson, Christy Venticell, and so forth and so on. So tonight we're talking about discover your superpower. Share this to you all if you like. Thank you for those who have. I've seen quite a few of you do it. Also, if you want to start a watch party, if you're on a phone, it's a little button right next to where you leave a comment, a little arrow that points forward like a play button on a recorder. Hello, Anna Cummins, Fairchild, Will Height. Maybe make a watch party out of this presentation. My 12-week course starts Tuesday, 7 o'clock. There is still time, but you have to purchase the audiobook or the PDF because my teachings for this course are going to come from my bestseller, The Divine Principle. It's $100 for the course, 12-week course. You can send me a message in this forum, Keith, I'm interested in the course. Or you can send me a personal inbox. Notify me when Keith goes live. An ellipsis in this room, 3 dots, click on it. I'm in your living room. World Religion Day. I am the Director of Community Outreach, January 20th at the Caritas Village in Memphis from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. Let me answer my phone. Let's see what happens. Soriana Wood, how are you, dear?
I'm good. Is this a good time to chat for a minute?
It's okay if you want to be on a live presentation with a whole bunch of my friends.
Oh. No, I was going to ask you about your sound system and stuff. Why don't you call me back at your convenience?
I will do, Precious. And I do want to talk to you. In fact, I just mentioned World Religion Day on January 20th at the Caritas Village, and I was wanting to hoping that I can maybe, if there is a slot to perform a song or two, whatever's needed.
Oh, absolutely, I want you to perform.
I'll chat with you soon, Precious. Everyone, phenomenal singer-songwriter, Soriana Wood. Show you love. I'll chat with you soon, Precious.
Okay.
Blessings. Bye-bye. Wow, you ought to hear this lady sing. Her songs are amazing. January 20th, World Religion Day. I'm the Director of Community Outreach, 2 to 4 p.m. I think it's free to the public. Before commercial break, I always do 2 things. One is announce that what is happening on Earth is not about Earth. What is happening on Earth is cosmic. My friend who asked earlier, did I just see... Someone was here early, and forgive me, my brother. I'm looking for your name. I want to call you out. Your name moved past the feed. Wanted life is a choice. I'm going to give them what they asked for. But I want to read this really quick. It's kind of an invocation and intention. You can echo me if you like. This is from Swamji Viswayogi. Linda has experienced Swamji. Dana has experienced Swamji. A few others have experienced Swamji personally in the flesh. God on earth today. God on earth today. Anytime he does a presentation, he starts off with this prayer. And because I'm a disciple, I will do the same. You can echo me back if you like. One we are. We are all one. One family. Only one family. We are all only one family. I, you, he, she, this, that, and all. We are all universal family. Whatever the religion may be, whatever the race may be, whatever the nation may be, whatever the language may be, we're all human family. Let us unite in the name of humanity. Let us unite for peace and prosperity. I hope you're saying this because you will feel the punch in the light of this little boy under the age of 12 who wrote this. Let us unite for ourselves and for all. Let us unite for our Mother Earth and the universe. Unity makes us strong and peaceful. Unity brings us bliss and prosperity. If we unite, we can throw away poverty. If we unite, we can bring the Lord to the earth. Unity is our strength. Humanity is our life. Stick around. I have a powerful show for you. I like bringing forth information. Power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is freedom. Knowledge, wisdom is bliss.
Remember that all things are possible. You must choose to be accountable, responsible, enough to believe, and open your heart to receive.
Above and look at your life, and you see the life you live. Can you be surprised that it all turned out this way and not the way you planned? It's about what you know and what you understand. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Learn to follow that inner voice inside. That's the one that's telling visualize. It's about what you choose that you'll realize. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Now it's time for you to plan out your life. Seeing what you do by your own design. It's all up to you to make it what you can. It's of your own free will. What don't you understand? Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Make a choice.
Welcome to Center of Light. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard. Share this to you all if you feel it appropriate. Tonight's presentation is Discover Your Superpower. A friend of mine, hopefully, brand new friend, Thomas, since he's come in the room, he's been really vocal, and I love it. I love that he has the passion to share. But he said something, said quite a few things, probably 4, I'm guessing, on a particular subject. The word devil. Devil, 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 devil. I don't know how he's using it because it's only a sentence or two, so I don't know enough of the content and the context of it all. But Thomas said, one of the greatest deceits of tribulations was that old devil convincing you he is God, then misleading you to keep the truth from you. Thomas, thank you very much for a wonderful talk point. I don't know where you reside in your spirituality, meaning I don't know if you're using these metaphorically, if you're using these literally, but I would like to share not only with you, but everyone who watches this program. Like the song just said from Lavender Soul, my spiritual band, we're making a new album come February. I'm so excited. From Lavender Soul's Beautiful World album. Choice. You have a choice. You have a choice. God, devil. Earlier you mentioned the absolute one. So everything else is less. So it's not real. If God is the absolution of the universe, that which is infinite, that which is blissful, that which is the source, here's that word again, tonight's presentation, power. It's superpower. It's supernatural. That which is natural, but it's supernatural because our finite minds can't push through the ceiling. It can, but are we choosing choice to move through that ceiling of thought to experience the infinity of our essence? I would rather go to a congregation that speaks about the infinite loving parent 100% of the time than for the last 5 minutes, and I only get 95% of the time, they dedicate that 5 minutes or that 5% to talking about an erroneous, illusory devil. You're wasting my time. Thomas, they are real for you because you are one of the belief that it's real. I'm not trying to challenge you, sir. I'm not trying to buck you. I'm not trying to argue nor debate with you. I am offering a model. And in that model, if the ultimate reality hence the word reality, would be the ultimate truth, then anything less than that has to be false or an illusion. If the ultimate reality is the light, anything less than that goes from light gray to middle gray to dark gray to black. Expecting a devil to show up in your life that tempts you. Thomas, you can tell me all you want, they are real. Sir, again, my blessings to you. I am not here to debate with you or argue with you. I am offering a model. Please don't counterpoint. It's okay that you do. I'm asking you to look at this model. Sir, God, the ultimate, as if the ultimate could ever be threatened. And that ultimate sits there waiting patiently forever, if that's what it takes, for us to rejoin consciously and connect. Instead of fearing an illusory devil which does not exist, because if you are 100% of your life focused on the golden ring, that which you have occasionally looked at becomes null and void. All right, Thomas, blessings to you, my friend. I appreciate your love and light to you. There is no devil. There is no devil. People can act very devilish. Beings on any universe, beings in any dimension can be devilish, but there is no lizard man sitting on a throne with a forked tongue using a trident to throw you in a pit of fire forever. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. This is not the reality I dwell in. I'm not here to buck your current, sir. If that is where you lean into, I understand that. But keep watching. Join us. We're here in love and light. Not sin and fright. That's not what I am, nor this beautiful platform is about. I have no intention to ever call you out because I love you. There is something else that's beyond all that. And since you mentioned Jesus, the devil, I get the feeling that you're heavy in the Christian background, which is beautiful. Oh my God, it's deliciously beautiful. Jesus himself said, or did model, in the desert, when a tempting devil came to him, offered him worldly riches, he refused it. Why? Because he knew it was an illusion. I'm just not interested, Mr. Devil, illusion, in your nonsense. So if we are Christians, we need to follow the master. Get out of the nonsense to that which makes absolute sense, not only to the monkey mind, but to the heart. That way we open up the gate. Thomas says, better wake up. My brother, I am doing everything in this life to wake up. Thank you, Thomas, for your time. Tonight, I have a pretty lengthy presentation, as always. I like being thorough. My experience with Yeshua, the Christ, last year came to me in a meditation and said, as you continue to become conscious of yourself, the shackles of fear, control, and anguish will fall from your ankles. The wounds, calluses, and scars, all self-created with the hopes to protect, can now fade into healing. Here's the payoff. Soul expansion and divine conscious recall. In this marriage with divine parent, you have creative freedom, power, and light. And the expression of these forces will propel God in you. Cultivate your divine soil. Remove all weeds and prepare a healthy garden for planting sacred seeds of love and light. This is the highest thing you can do for yourself and begins your process of eternal liberation. So tonight's rock star, again, I love this man. Is Sadhguru. Sadhguru means earthly saint. He has awareness on 16 dimensions simultaneously. He is God on earth, which there are many. Satya Sai Baba passed in 2011. Another is Swamiji Visvayogi, who I am blessed and privileged to be in his physical proximity. God, on earth today, no devil. Does it look like this man is concerned with a devil? Does it look like one moment. This man, my Lord, there is always light phenomena around him. Do you think he is concerned about an illusory devil? Does this man's bliss and joy and being planted in spirit, heaven on earth, he is anchored as heaven on earth, does it look like he is threatened or concerned about an illusory idea? He's not. He's not. Let's continue with the presentation tonight. Discover your superpowers. Sadhguru says,
you, how much of a potential power you are determines the intensity and profoundness of your life and how effective you will become in your life, in whatever area we choose to operate. If this power has to come, you have to use your energies wisely. Energy can be aggregated into power with the necessary wisdom and necessary… you will see it will generate enormous amount of personal power. Without this power within you, you will not break through dimensions of life. Life, right now, for most people, divine is just a scriptural dictum. It is not a living experience in their life.
power. True power is not about domination. It's about dominion. And bringing those into your fold. So Thomas, how are your comments working for you, sir? They're not. You're bucking your own current. You're becoming powerless, so to speak, to use a word. And you become very ineffective to those who are here in this presentation. You keep offering up, and I will play the game. I love the game. And nobody's here to buck your current. I'm here to offer you new models. And if you don't take those new models, that's okay with me, sir. Because my undying love for you says everything. So we're going to keep moving forward with the presentation. I have a presentation from Sadhguru, again. What you saw just a minute ago from Sadhguru, Sadhguru himself, is Jesus. Sadhguru is Buddha. Sadhguru is Krishna. Sadhguru is Allah. Sadhguru is your beautiful great-grandmother that you had brief moments with that passed. This is what Sadhguru is. There is no difference. He is conscious of the one behind the all. There's only one behind the all. There's only the grandiose, the infinite behind the small. So give me a moment. This video is going to last a while, probably 20 minutes. If you're here for the novelty of it, to see Keith and his funky stuff, that's awesome. Stick around. If you're here to really expand your spiritual awareness, to come into a state of unity consciousness with your divine lover, Melanie, I'm going to play your song here in a minute, after this presentation. Right? Give me a moment. Let me find the vid. And it's called, I'm looking for it. Give me a moment. It's going to take me a second. Ah.
Three, four people are there, whether they're going to cooperate or not. If you want to create pleasantness in your city, there are too many people, we don't know whether they'll cooperate or not. If you want to create pleasantness in the world, you know, nobody in this world happens 100% the way you want them. Did your parents happen 100% the way you want them? Did they? The children can say, it's okay. Did your friends happen 100% the way you want them? Did your spouse or partners happen 100% the way you want them? Not even your dog. These days they do their own things. Nobody happens 100% the way you want them, but that is not the problem. The problem is this one. This one is not happening the way you want him to be. That is the problem, isn't it? If this one happened 100% the way you want him, life around you, whichever way it happens, it's either a breeze or an adventure. Yes? It is either a gentle, the fragrance of the jasmine on a gentle breeze, or it's an adventure. There is no unpleasantness. Unpleasantness is happening from within you, never from outside of you. No, you don't know how unpleasant my boss is. No, he only causes, at the most, if he's causing unpleasantness around you. He cannot cause unpleasantness within you, isn't it? This is your work. This is completely your work, isn't it? Why would anybody cause unpleasantness to himself? Simply because we have chosen to live unconsciously, just as a compulsive reaction to everything that's happening around us. For solutions, we are looking into books, we are looking into all kinds of things. We are always looking elsewhere, never inward. This happened. We are from Tennessee. In Tennessee, every family with some kind of tradition has their own leather-bound, large-sized Bible of their own. They're very proud of this. It's so large, you can barely open it, at least children cannot. One day a boy, 12 years of age, who was studying in a boarding school elsewhere, came home and he found this huge book sitting there and he opened it. A few pages he opened, a leaf which had been there in the book for a long time, it was dry, it flew out and fell down. Then he called out loudly, "Mama, come and see what I found." She said, "What is it that you have found?" "Mama, come and see, please come and see what I have found." She said, "Come, tell me, what have you found?" He said, "I think I found Adam's underwear." What is written there and how you perceive it is you, even now. Even now, how you experience every situation is you. What is happening around you and how you experience is essentially you. What is written there and what you make out of it is essentially you. Just see, in the name of caste, creed, religion, race, nationalities, how much of a mess we have created on the planet. I'm sure every one of these things initially started with the greatest intention of human well-being, definitely. But just see what a mess we are. Simply because you can find an Adam's underwear in a book, you don't know what you will pick up. So, there is a way where there is no room for misinterpretation. That way is to turn inward, not to seek solutions outward. For outward things, you can seek outward solutions. For inner things, you seek inner solutions. Turning inward, what does it mean? Right now, as I earlier mentioned, the only way you can perceive is through five sense organs: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. All these things are essentially outward bound. See, you can see what's around you. You cannot roll your eyeballs inward and scan yourself. You can hear this, but so much activity in this body, you cannot hear that. If an ant crawls upon this hand, you can feel it. So much blood flowing, you cannot feel it. In the very nature of things, sense organs are outward bound, but everything that you experience is happening from within. This is the fundamental human predicament. Only if you turn inward, then you are into what you are referring to as India studies. Otherwise, India is a glorious chaos. Lot of Indians miss it. Too much order in America. Once in a way they have to go out and get lost and have a diarrhea at least. Yes or no? If not enlightenment, at least a diarrhea. You must eat the street food and something must happen. No, it need not be like that. It is just that it's very organic. It is always depending upon touching the inner genius within every human being. It is not depending upon the organization of the outside, which can be very chaotic. For a person who's been born and brought up in Western societies, India could be bewildering and scary. But you will see, Indian people are so much at home with the chaos because it's so organic. Everything is happening because of the human being. If one human being stops being human for a moment, everything collapses. So you can't afford to be mechanical about your life. You have to be conscious, otherwise you cannot manage even simple things in home. Initially, this was created consciously. Over a period of time, other things have happened, unfortunately. Now, this whole process of looking inward, what does it mean? Can I tell you my own story? It's okay with you? You're becoming very serious, it scares me. Shankaran Pillai came to United States. He had an international driving license. So he decided to take his car, his son-in-law's car, out for a spin. He's a good driver. If you have driven in India, you better be a good driver. Otherwise you're a dead driver. So, very confidently he was driving. Then his wife called up on the phone and said, "Are you on I-75?" He said, "Yeah." "Just watch out, the traffic news is saying there is a man driving at full speed in the opposite direction." He said, "What the hell, one man, hundreds of people are driving in the opposite direction." But he's very comfortable. So what does turning inward mean? This happened to me when I was just 3, 4 years of age. Suddenly one day I realized, I don't know anything. I don't know anything means I don't know anything at all. If they give me a glass of water, I do not know what is water. When I say I do not know what is water, I know how to use it. I know if I drink it, it'll quench my thirst and so many other ways of using it. But I do not know what is water. Do you know what is water even today? With all this scientific exploration, you must understand, we have not understood a single atom in its entirety. We know how to use them, but we do not know what it is, even today. It is the only thing available in all the 3 states on the planet. 2/3 of the world, the planet itself is water, 2/3 of your body is water. If you want to look for life, you look for water. A drop of water means you think life is possible. It's the very basis of your existence on this planet. But you do not know what it is. So they give me a glass of water, I keep staring at this for 3-4 hours at a stretch. If I find a leaf, I will stare at it 5-6 hours. I sit up in my bed, staring at the darkness for the whole night. My dear father, being a physician, started thinking I need psychiatric evaluation. This boy is just staring at something or the other, unblinking for hours on end, he's lost it. My problem is, I look at this, I do not know what is this, how to shift my attention to something else, I'm just stuck to it, paying attention to it. In this condition, they sent me to school. I went to school and my mother told me, you must pay attention to the teacher. I went and paid attention. The kind of attention they would have never received in their life. Initially, I understood the words that they were speaking. After some time, I realized they're only making sounds. I am the one who's making up the meanings in my head. Even now, see, I'm only making sounds. Because you presume you know English language, you're making up the meanings. A language is a conspiracy between 2 people. Yes? Suppose I start talking in a language that you do not understand. It will be just sounds. Even now I'm only making sounds. You're making up the meanings. And there is a code book for this conspiracy called a dictionary. So I realized I'm making up all the meanings in my head, and I stopped making up the meanings. Just the sounds. These teachers come and keep on making sounds. The problem with most people is, the moment they cannot understand, they will not pay any attention. Please especially things that you do not understand, you must pay attention, isn't it? Yes or no? What you do not understand definitely needs your attention. But generally the thing is, the moment you cannot understand, you don't pay attention. Turn on the Chinese channel, just listen carefully, with full attention. You will see things will happen to you. So I just paid attention, not attaching any meanings to the sounds they were making. After some time, it became so amusing, these people going on making noises. A big smile spread on my face. They were not amused at all. I was very consistent with my education. Every monthly test, consistently I got 6 zeros. Because I gave it empty. Because I was made like this, I come home in the evening study hours, or 2 hours in the evening, you must study in the house. If I open the book, I stay like this, without reading a single word for the next 2 hours, I will be just like this. All I need is just a dot on the paper, just a tiny speck on the paper. If I put my attention to it, the damn speck will take me somewhere. I won't read a single word, nor will I look around, nor will I do anything, simply. After 2 hours, I'll be in the same speck, unmoving from that. So my attention is like this, I'm paying attention to the teachers. So, I clearly remember this. When every month they give this report card, I don't know if you still have it. You still have that method of report cards? When the report card comes, some children will be strutting around, they are first, second, whatever. Some will be crying, they're terrified to go home because they got something. In my whole school days, all those 12 years, I never opened my report card. The teachers gave it to me, I took it and gave it to my dad. I thought this is a transaction between the two of them. I never wanted to, peep into that. And I never was retained in any class, I always went on. About 4 years ago, this school where I studied over 4 decades ago, they came to invite me for their 125th anniversary of the school. They were inviting all the prominent alumni. They came to invite me. I said, see, please, why me? I was not just a not good student, I was not even a student. Don't take me back to the school. They said, no, our school has produced federal ministers, our school has produced film stars, our school has produced cricketing stars. You are the only mystic, you have to come. I said, okay. And I stood up to speak in this quadrangle, the same oppressive buildings. I just looked like this, I suddenly saw this classroom and this whole situation came back to me. I was about 12 years of age. As usual, I am paying absolute attention to the teachers. I know the teachers past, present and future, but I don't hear a word of what they're talking. So that particular afternoon, this teacher is trying to get some response from me. But these are times when for 3, 4, 5 days, I wouldn't utter a single word. Because when you don't know anything, what do you say? What is there to say? You know nothing. If you look at a leaf, you don't understand that in entirety. If you look at anything, you don't understand in its fullness. So, there's nothing to say. He tried 35, 40 minutes trying to get some response. Nothing came out of me, I was paying full attention to him. He came, held me by the shoulder, shook me violently and said, you must either be the divine or the devil. I think you are the later. Till now, till that moment, my problem was, what is this, what is that, what is that, what is that? But there was one clarity that this is me. Suddenly this man confused me about this also. I looked, wow, am I devil, am I divine, what the hell am I? This was very clear that this was me, but this man brought this confusion about this also. I tried to stare at myself, it didn't work, so I closed my eyes and sat. Initially hours, then it went into days. Once I closed my eyes and sat, I thought, in my experience, I felt it's about 25, 30 minutes. When I opened my eyes, a whole crowd of people around me, garlands around my neck, people are trying to pull my feet, pulling legs is a part of Indian tradition. And somebody wants to know about his business, somebody wants to know when his daughters will get married. I said, how the hell did these people manifest here? Where did they come from? Big crowd. They said, you've been sitting here for 13 days. In my experience, I just sat there for 25, 30 minutes. I closed my eyes and I opened my eyes, a big crowd. Why I'm telling you this is, life is in many more ways than the way you understand and experience life through the 5 senses. The 5 sense organs are enough for your survival. If you want to just survive, these 5 things are fine. But if you want to know life, these 5 sense organs are not good enough, because this gives you only a comparative perspective of everything. What you know by comparison, See, you know light only because you know darkness, isn't it? The nature of sense organs is such, if you see this part of my hand, you cannot see the other part of my hand. Even if you take a grain of sand, if you see one part, you can't see the other part. If you're experiencing light, you cannot experience the darkness. This is the nature of sense organs, and everything is in comparison. For example, let's say you're 6 feet tall. Now, you stand like a tall man, you walk like a tall man, you think like a tall man, you feel like a tall man, and you are a tall man. Suppose you went to another society where everybody is 8 feet tall. Now, you stand like a short man, walk like a short man, think like a short man, feel like a short man, and you are a short man. So what you know in comparison is only useful for survival in a particular situation. It is not a way of knowing life. There are the dimensions of perception which a human being has to activate. You need to understand what is needed for survival. Became active. The moment you came out of your mother's womb, all these things became active. You need to understand, they were not active when you were in your mother's womb. Otherwise you would know the whole human physiology. You didn't have to go to your medical school, you know. Your eyes were not open, your perception was not open. Only after you came out, it opened up, because without it you cannot survive. If survival is all you're seeking, this is fine. But once you come as human, somehow survival is not good enough, isn't it? When survival is in question, it's a big issue. Once it's taken care of, it doesn't mean anything. Isn't it so? There is something within you, always longing for something more. Whoever you may be right now, whatever you may be right now, you want to be something more than who you are right now? Yes or no? If that something more happens, what? What? You want something more? If that something more happens, what? Something more? It looks like you're looking for expansion. Okay, we will make you the king or queen of this planet. Now, don't look at me hopefully. You think I'll make such a blunder? Suppose you become the king or queen of this planet, will you be fulfilled, I'm asking you? You will look at the stars, isn't it? So there is something within you which wants to expand. I'm asking how much expansion would settle you for good? How much expansion would settle you for good? Hello? Unlimited. You're looking for infinite expansion, a fantastic desire, but a hopeless method. Your longing to become boundless is wonderful. See, there is something within you which does not like boundaries. Suppose I imprison you in a 5x5 cubicle right now, you will feel horribly imprisoned. Tomorrow, we will liberate you into a 10x10 cubicle. You will feel wonderful for a day, and again the same thing. Then we will liberate you into a 100x100 cubicle. You will feel wonderful for 3 days, and again the same thing. It doesn't matter where I set the boundary. The moment you can feel the boundary, you want to break it. Yes? There is something within you which does not like boundaries. There is something within you constantly longing to become boundless. You may be trying to settle this either unconsciously or consciously. If you're trying to settle it unconsciously, you think going out shopping will settle it. It does for a moment, again tomorrow the same thing. Or reading a book will settle it, or conquering something will settle it. All these things settles you for some time, and again the same thing. The moment you can feel the boundary, again it's a problem, isn't it? There is something within you longing to become boundless. You need to understand this. Boundaries are essentially the nature of the physical. The physical exists in this universe, the physical exists in creation only because of defined boundaries. I can call this a physical body only because there is a defined boundary. If I take away the boundaries of this body, could you call this physical? If it is all over the place, would it be physical? Only because it stays within a defined boundary, it's physical. So boundary is the nature of physical existence, there is something within you longing to go beyond all boundaries. So if you touch a dimension within you, which is not physical in nature, only then this will settle. Is there such a thing? Well, let's understand this. When you were born, your body was only this much, now it's become this much. How did it happen? What? How did it happen? The food that you've eaten, isn't it? The food that you've eaten. So what you call as my body is a heap of food, actually, or it's a piece of this planet. Physical is something that you gathered over a period of time, yes? Physical is an accumulation. What you accumulate, at the most you can claim it is mine. It cannot be you, isn't it? It can be yours, it can never ever be you. It can be mine, it can never ever be me, isn't it? What you gather can belong to you, cannot become you. But right now, you are so identified with things that you have gathered, not only in the body, in the mind. Your mind is a heap of impressions that you've gathered. Your mind is a gathering, your body is a gathering. Both are accumulations. Between these two things, where are you? A dimension beyond the physical, which is the basis of all this. If you eat a piece of bread, it transforms it into such a fantastic machine that we call as human mechanism. This human body is the most sophisticated technology on the planet. Do you agree with me? Yes. The iPhone users, I'm asking you. Because I see you so deeply engrossed in it, you seem to think it's more than the eye. Now, this is the highest level of technology found on the planet. Everything else is a small imitation of this, isn't it? And with what are you manufacturing this? With a piece of bread, with a carrot, with an apple, with whatever you eat. Just about anything that you eat, even if you eat the so-called junk food, even that is becoming wonderful technology. So there is an intelligence here, there is a competence here, which is capable of transforming a piece of bread into such a highly sophisticated machine. If only if you had access to this intelligence consciously, you would live your life magically, not miserably for sure. So how often do you touch this? Every human being touches it at some moment in his life. If you can consciously touch it, definitely you would stay in touch with it, isn't it? If you accidentally touch it, then it happens accidentally. Most beautiful moments in people's lives, unfortunately, are generally accidental. People come and tell me, Sadhguru, I met such a wonderful person. I say, stop. Why are you not that wonderful person? Why is it that you're meeting such wonderful people? If you are feeling absolutely wonderful, anything that you look at looks wonderful, isn't it? Yes or no? Have you noticed this? When you're happy, you appreciate everything. When you're miserable, everything is… the whole creation is a rubbish. Yes or no? So this possibility is not in the Himalayan cave. This possibility is not geographically located in India. This possibility is here with every one of us. Whether we turn inward or we squander our life outward, that's all the choice you have. Because the experience of life, the quality of your life is right now determined not by what kind of clothes you wear, what kind of car you parked outside, what kind of home you live in. This moment, what is the nature of your experience? Is it immensely pleasant or unpleasant or seesawing between the two? That determines the quality of your life.
All I can say is wow to that presentation Sadhguru just gave. Tonight's presentation is Discover Your Superpowers. You just had 20 plus 28 minutes of silver spoonfuls of who you are. And if you watch this presentation not open-mindedly, but open-heartedly, there is no way you can deny anything he ever said. One thing I don't want to deny is the gentleman, sadly, had to eject from the room. Thomas. He had a passion. Right, wrong, indifferent, up, down, left, right, green, black, purple, it doesn't matter. He had a passion. And that passion that lived inside of him, that lives inside of him, will excel him to places that most people will never ever be able to touch. Ever. Thomas, though I had to kick you out of the room, I'm sorry. God bless you, bro. I acknowledge your passion. So before I get into the rest of the presentation for tonight, which is Discover Your Superpower, Melanie, I love me some Melanie. I said I was going to play her song. Here she is.
I will be with you always, until the end of time. You will never be alone. I am. It is my will that you know me. I will not hide my love from you. You create your reality, and every moment by your own perceptions, your judgments, actions. Peace is a state of mind. Bliss is a state of heart. Heaven is a state of being.
Deep in my heart, I know you're there. I can always feel you, guiding my life to see the light that will lead me to the truth. When I create
So one aspect of your superpower is doing what you love. Are you, not one aspect, actually it is your superpower. Are you doing what you love? If God is love and God is power because of his, her, its love, by law, when you fall into the experience of doing what you love, you are living in your superpower. Discover your superpower. Kindness. It seems so lofty. Kindness. It's more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Opening the door for someone. I'm not saying you don't do that. I'm sure many of you do that. But do you look at them in their eyes as they're moving through the threshold of that door? That's your superpower. Your compassion, your empathy, your goodness. All those things that fall under that umbrella. These are your superpowers. Are you developing those superpowers and making yourself buck and cock strong? Cock, erect. Are you erecting yourself to make you powerful? See, because what most people think is power isn't. What most people think is weak isn't. People think power is brute force, might. Most people who think that I am a strong individual, I don't believe you if that's what you declare. Because if you were a strong individual, why would you need to share that? Unless you were truly a strong individual. Individually, that pertains to person per person. I'm strong. Are you? I'm not doubting you, but are you? Or are you using those words as a front to say, I'm strong because I want everyone to know that I've endured, I've braved, I've negotiated this mountain. I'm strong. It doesn't mean you aren't. I'm simply asking you to look at what you think strength is. That's it. Doing what you love is your superpower. From the divine principle, I ask God, tell me again what's been binding me. And God says, your mind. It is your prison and your ego is its warden. You stay locked up inside because you still listen to that keeper of fear and disregard my spiritual laws. But from this day forth, you can pardon yourself from this life sentence by listening to me, God, and by accepting the fact that I am here and I am offering you the key to unlock your spirit. All you must do is accept it and know that you truly deserve all that is good. You must believe that the Christ, if we're Christians, if we follow the Master, that the Christ is you. And you must begin to live that belief so that you can marshal, here's that word again, so you can marshal the power to move through the illusions of separation, disease, and ultimately death that will continue to present themselves. Only your perception, thereby choice, is what keeps you from doing that. Ron Gotro, hello. Perception. Back to Sadhguru on perception.
how successfully an individual human being can perform a certain action. Essentially means to what extent your body takes instructions from you, to what extent your thought and emotion cooperates with you, to what extent you can get all your energies focused in one direction, to what extent you can get the situations around you to go with you. But before all this happens, how clearly you see something is the most important thing. If you can't see clearly, but your action is great in the wrong direction, then very successfully we will fail. So the foremost thing is always to develop a certain clarity of perception, that if you sit here, you clearly perceive what is the situation around you. All yogic processes are essentially about enhancing your perception, because it is the profoundness of your perception which brings clarity to every aspect of life. If I sit here with my eyes closed, if someone enters this hall, I will tell you what kind of person has entered this hall. If you could sit in your office, if someone enters your office, if you could know what to expect from the person who comes in front of you without uttering a word, it would be good, isn't it? So much rubbish would be cut out. A little bit of work is needed to keep the system at a certain level of alertness. If you put it through a certain few paces, eating right, sitting right, breathing right, doing things right, holding the body right, if you do these things for some time, consciously 1 or 2 months, you will see the alertness in the body will come to a status where just anything, if something comes in front of you, simply you can feel it out. Whether it's business or personal life or just life, everything will get enhanced if your perception is keen enough.
Another superpower is perception. What is in or isn't in your bandwidth of taking in reality? What is reality? Reality is your ability to be at the top of your game all the time, infinitely, and it doesn't stop. What I just offered up should tell you the level of spiritual work that is required for anyone to become endowed. It's infinite. And to become infinite of the eternal kingdom, you have to become infinite consciousness to ever understand that and to know how to wield your superpower ongoingly forever. This is what we're dealing with, feeling with, experiencing. What is it you want? You can have it all. In fact, it all belongs to you. You are not separated from the all. The all wants you to remember the all. I do my work so thoroughly, I have an overabundance of what I could be doing if I want to make a presentation last for hours. And I filter through it all to see what's relevant. It's all relevant. But for who is here any given moment. It's time. There is no more time, in fact. You must begin to get out of judgment, fear, disbelief, doubt, anguish, jealousy. They're going nowhere very quick. Nowhere very quick. What is about to happen in the human experience defines, what's the word I'm looking for? Defies law. We must begin to meditate on the enigma of God, because what we think to be divine will elude you, and what you think not will begin to manifest itself in front of you, which is always a beautiful opportunity unless you see it as not. Juan Perez asked, how you achieve, is that what you asked, sir? How do you achieve infinite awareness? Is that your question to me, Juan? How do you achieve infinite awareness? Melanie says, infinite students we are. And guess what? When we graduate, there's more work to do. And when we graduate, there's more work to do. Until we fall into play. Divine Leela means divine sport or play. When we live our lives from a play platform, we excel into our superpowers more naturally, more quickly. Juan says, how do we achieve divine status? Juan, I love your question. You don't achieve divine status, my brother. It's impossible. I'll tell you why it's impossible. Because it's not something, though I did, maybe, or Sadhguru used the word achieve. It's impossible because you don't achieve divine status. You are divine status. Now, as far as divine conscious that we become, requires you, me, we, us, to turn inward and to salivate over the very idea that all you want from the experience requires your every breath, every thought, every word, every deed, and every feeling. That I am so hyper-focused on the all behind the small that's it, my brother. It is just being so intentfully grateful, glorious, open, receptive to receive something beyond what you asked so beautifully that we can achieve. It's not something we achieve. The first part of the process, one, in achieving what you pose, is to accept the divine truth that divine status is not something you achieve. It's not something you believe. It's something you receive by opening yourself up to the grace that, oh my God, literally, is this what I am? When you open yourself up to that level, my brother, you have become a vessel for the truth to pour inside of you. And then that answer will be revealed to you. Hello, Carla Holy. Maria. Hi. Adana. Hi. So I'm going to close with Lavender Soul Song, my spiritual band. Oh, there's a CD case way over there. Let me show you anyway. Comprised of the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. Juan says, I understand. Thank you, Keith. Juan, I love you, sir. I love you, bro. I am so happy and blissful and grateful to know you as a cosmic brother who is such an individual who is so open to new ideas, to expand oneself into further understanding. This is understanding. I'm talking about understanding, the understanding. I'm standing under the understanding because I'm in my heart. I'm here. I'm present. I'm here. Good for you, my friend. Lavender Soul Song. And then I'll come back and I will follow to vessel mode. YahNahVah, soul is going to speak. Stick around. Let me find the most perfect song for the moment. Give me a second.
Listen to me as I sing a song for you. The message that I'm bringing is one of hope and truth. Inside, that's where the love lies. The message that I bring is one and in your heart, that's where you'll find the truth. Inside, that's where the love lies.
people listen to me. Welcome to the presentation, everyone. Discover your superpowers. I think that's been nicely, effortlessly laid out tonight. Doing what you love is a superpower. Being kind beyond what you think kind is a superpower. Being compassionate. Being empathetic. All those wonderful qualities. These are your superpowers. You are a superhero who is incarnated on this planet today to bring about the change you wish to see in the world. I'm going to go inside. Let spirit speak. I'm going to let spirit speak. Wow, I didn't know I had so much power. Teasing with you. Hello, Cheryl. It's been a while. Marine Trempe Mayer. That was an amazing song. That is from my band Lavender Soul. If anyone is interested in this music, send me a message in this feed or in my personal Facebook inbox. Love to send it to you. We're going in the studio February to write a new album. And we're going to record the album in the studio. We're going to write the album in the studio. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you with one more Lavender Soul. I'm going to come back. Everyone, we know what's happening in the world. We don't like it. Get out of the fight. Get out of the noise. Stop fighting with the world that is noise. When you start fighting with the world, you become a part of the noise. You're no longer a part of the solution. The solution. You become a part of the problem. Hello, Martha. Hello, David Smith, my bro, bass playing fool. Hello, Cheryl. Be right back. Close out with Spirit presenting itself for a beautiful idea, I am sure. Marine, I see that you are following me. Why not just friend me? We're brother and sister, aren't we? So, everything is happening in the world. What we think is happening in the world is not. What we're not thinking and that's happening in the world likely is. As Sadhguru earlier said, it's about perception. Get out of the noise, sit still, become quiet, stop talking. If you can find it within yourself to use 50% of the words that took you 100% of the words the day before yesterday, stop talking. You conserve your energy. Stop moving around so much. You conserve your energy. Stop believing in nonsense. What is nonsense? That which makes your heart afraid and not joyful and allows it to sing openly. Lavender Soul. Stick around. I'll be right back. YahNahVah is going to speak. I love you. Happy New Year. Happy New You.
Inside.
What am I hoping for? A better world, is there a cure? What can I do to help the score? I'm at a loss, I'm just not sure. What am I praying for? To see the light around the world and the people
haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside? Where do you go to find your answers? There is a place you haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside? You hold the key to find your answers. I am the door you have not tried. Never again taking chances. Open your heart and walk inside. Walk inside.
Music from Lavender Soul, coming out with a new album. Members of the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. I am so looking forward to this. I cannot contain myself. Come February, we're going to start writing songs in the studio. Oh my God, I'm a blessed man. Ricky Vito, good to see you, brother. Blessings to you and yours. Yeah, her voice is pretty powerful, isn't it, Pri? So now I'm going to go inside in vessel spirit. What does that mean? What that means is, the first thing I'm going to do is put on some music. That's what it means. Ah, my brother Ricky Vito. I was about to ask you, sir, what's going on with everything you've offered up a while back. Ricky Vito, brother friend of mine, when I was a child, said some things about his family, the mother of his children, his newly about to be born children going through some difficulty. Ricky says she is going to be in the hospital till at least March 26th. That was the due date. She is weighing 1 pound. Obviously his child. Everyone close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. As if you wanted nothing more than something so beautiful that you could offer your cosmic brother Rick Vito about his newborn. Send it to his child with all love for the highest good. Whatever that means, the highest good. You can do that for me. And I love my bro Rick. He says 1 pound. Now she's 1 pound 11 ounces. If I'm reading right. Now she is doing good, but we need lots of prayers. Thank you for asking. Please keep praying for my beautiful love, Lillian Moon Vito. Oh my God, I love that name. Lillian Moon Vito. Bro. Blessings. With those blessings, whatever has come from this presentation tonight, Rick, and what is to come, I offer to you in Lillian Moon. Okay? I love you, Rick. I miss you. I used to pick you up every morning and take you to school in my mom and dad's Chevy station wagon, 460 powered cylinder, whatever. I remember those days, bro, clearly. YahNahVah. Let's get down to spirit. YahNahVah. It has begun. I have covered all territories. Yah, heart, God, will. Nah, mind, intellect, reason, understanding, and balance. And Va, backbone, taking action. YahNahVah, it is the name of all of our soul. Notice I didn't use the word souls as a plural. It's the name of all of our soul. We are all fragments of the one soul. Keith steps aside. YahNahVah steps forward. The soul begins to speak. Hello, dear ones. You are the meek. This is not simply tongue-in-cheek. And as you attend these presentations over and over and over, you ascend into the strength and out of the weak. What is your superpower, dear one? As this presentation has been deemed, it brought us to this point. What is the point of the title? My superpower, what is it? As your mind begins to scramble and begins to ramble and begins, believe it or not, even to gamble of what you think it is, trust me as soul when I tell you it is not any of that. How does that feel to you? Does it make you feel dumb? Hopefully, it reveals to you how you have been consistently numb. But the rule of thumb is, now that you've been made privy and aware to the situation, what lies for you simply in your future is greater elation. Does that not make you salivate? It should. It could. It would if you just simply let it and stop fretting it all. So what is my superpower? Your greatest superpower in your greatest hour, which I tell you is now, is not about a how of a doing of something. It's simply accepting yourself as the it of it all. That's it. You're a Superman. You're a Batman. You're the Flash. You're all of it. I need a soulmate. You've lost sight. I need a job. You have lost sight. I need. Ongoingly, incessantly, you feed this conundrum which has no point. What is my superpower, soul, as you speak? Actually, it is more so when you are what you call weak. Just being a happy, blissful, joyful, pleasant you is your superpower. Do what you love. There's nothing else above. There's no more push comes to shove. It's just you. Simply being without thought. Stop thinking. Stop talking. Stop talking so much. And in such a clutch, you bring about so many problems for yourself that you have no idea what it is you are doing to yourself, because if you did know that, you would become quiet immediately and would swear to never talk ever again. Because usually out of the mouth, everything always goes south. Opinions. Belief, 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 belief. And ongoing. Your mind begins to queef. It begins to flatulate with a bunch of nauseous gas. And often you come out looking like an ass. No pun intended. Stop talking. Stop thinking. And in the stop thinking, you will stop feeling. But mind you, no pun intended, heart you, what begins to happen in the quiet of it all is the one behind the all begins to make itself known. How can you hear the infinite silence if you are talking? How can you hear the quiet one if you're always barking? You can't. You shan't. And you won't. And you don't. Shh. Stop it all. You are not as small as you think. You are on the brink, beginning beyond all that you think. And you're falling into the heart. And in that quiet space is everything. Everything you can possibly imagine. Simply, you have never lost your superpower. My superhero, Shiro. You have just simply misplaced the truth of what you are, who you are, and where you can potentially go if you let yourself fall into the flow. As above, so below, on forever it will go. Are you of that program? Your life is a program, a software program, not a hardware program, being hard, being soft, where program, a soft aware, being aligned with the absolute program. All these things that Spirit has offered to you through these presentations ongoingly has cost you nothing. And are you spending this time wisely? If you do not follow models such as the one that's being offered now, and with others who are offering you nuggets in spiritual wisdom, your life, at least what you call your life in your conscious state awareness, will become barren. But that in and of itself does not disclose nor describe who you are. It doesn't. It simply describes what is going to be coming down the pike for you because of your own unawareness. And in all fairness, you, dear one, have the opportunity to awaken and to no longer be forsaken and shaken all about what you think is happening to you. Because what is happening to you is of your own volition, of your own accord, your own peace, or your own sword. What will you do with that? Simply, in closing, YahNahVah, it is complete. Your superpower is simply to stop talking. It doesn't only mean with your physical mouth. It means with your thinking and your feeling that always guides you south. Shh. Shh. No soulmate. I don't need a soulmate. I don't need a job. I don't need any of this. Because what this is, this piece of life that this is, this simple piece of life that is ongoing forever, is your only endeavor, and it requires nothing from you except to be joyful and peaceful for no reason, no matter what is happening all around you. Sounds like Spirit is asking you to disassociate and no longer care. This is the farthest from the truth. Because in your disassociation, you are now able to be so conscious you can change the situation. It seems so hard to let go, doesn't it? Spirit understands your plight. And in all delight, what I offer you is, has what you've been doing working for you to the hilt? Probably not. Because you are so engulfed in these horrible things that you call are happening, and consumed in your guilt. This wilt not work. It's time to get to work, dear ones. And the work that is required of you is to stop working, to stop jerking around, to stop twerking, hoping that you impress anybody. YahNahVah. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to close with the Lavender Soul song. I look forward to seeing you soon. Zaire, what's up, my bro? Terry McKnight Ewing. Ricky Vito says, Amen, you are so right, amen. Blessings, brother. Miss Shasha in the house, Carmen. Kimmy Kelly Martinez says, hello, I am new here. Kimmy, if you would, please send me a Facebook friends request, because if you don't, I will find you. Hunt you down and request you. I am new here. I would love to know. Well, Andy and I be in touch with you, dear. Hello, everyone. Good night, everyone. I love you. Peace, love, and light. Phyllis Sharpenshay Autain. I'm thinking it's Cajun. Autain. Melanie Forrest Vixen Davis says, uh-oh, getting my butt kicked. By the way, everyone, my brother Ricky Vito has posted a GoFundMe link. I'm assuming it's for his beautiful daughter. Oh my God, how beautiful is that? If you feel generous, well, you're always generous. If you cannot donate financially, open your heart, see in your vision capacity. Send him and his daughter infinite blessings. I love you all. Gonna close with a Lavender Soul song. Hello, Phyllis Casper. Rick says, thank you and God bless you, brother, for you and your wisdom. Ricky, let me tell you something, sir. Hello, Peggy Franks. Ricky, I have been blessed as to why I am able to offer my life. I love you, sir. I hold you in the highest regard and the highest vision. Blessings, everyone. I'm going to close with Lavender Soul. We're coming out with a new album. We're going to start recording in the studio in February. Let me see which Lavender Soul song I'm going to close. Hello, Peggy. I hope you're well. Peggy, are you still living in Bayou du Large? And if so, then you're further south of my dad, who lives the first house before the school. Just remember, y'all, life is simply about a choice. And it's all your choice. And all it requires from you is every day, every moment, every second of your life is to simply be conscious of who you are. God breathed life into man. God, breath, is synonymous. You don't breathe, you die. If you can detach yourself from God, you don't exist. It's about being able to breathe consciously and understanding the alchemy that you bring forth because you understand your superpower. And you are a superhuman. And superly, I love you. Good night.
Trust that I will guide you in whatever you do. Just remember to breathe and do your very best to live in love, give in love, be in love, and love you shall receive.
What I want to be and see, what I want to see and want, knowing God is by my side. There is nothing I need to know. Expand myself to know there is no one else but me and God who's in my heart.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. I am going to leave you with this as I fall inside simply. Again, the resounding message is stop the noise. Stop thinking. How will I attract my soulmate? Stop thinking. There is no such thing as soulmate. There's no such thing as soulmate. Stop the bullshit noise. You've been lied to, and everybody think it's glamorous and funny and cool and spiritually. It's just a bunch of jargon. You don't have a soulmate. That sounds like a ball buster and a big disappointment. Good. You need to be disappointed in this illusion and this intrusion of the truth of what is happening and the truth of who you are. Get rid of that nonsense. Everyone you have known is your soulmate. In fact, the truth of it all is you are your soulmate. Are you mating with your true self? Because when you do, you stop looking for something that is nonsensical, non-important, and does not exist at all. You are the all behind the small. Stop talking about it. Stop dreaming about it. It's nonsense. Keith, this sounds like you being insulting. Take that to bed with you as you breathe into your maker and see what shows up for you. And you will see, dear one, of all things, it's exalting. There is no soulmate. Stop playing around. Move into the profound. Gain your ground by becoming grounded and centered. Not splintered, but enter the vessel of who you are. And simply there you will be. Stop searching for a mate, because in your searching for a mate, you will forever, ongoing with your gait, search for a mate, and you will always arrive at your destination late. There is no such thing as soulmate. There is no such thing as soulmate. There is no such thing as soulmate. And so thinking, you will always be late to your own party. You are it. There is nothing else. There is no soulmate. You are the soul. Might. Let's drink a stein, might. Hurrah. You are it. As long as you are asking questions of where is my soulmate, to the party, my beloved cosmic brother or sister, you will always arrive late. My name is Keith Blanchard. I love you. And we will close with Heaven on Earth from this beautiful divine man on earth today. God on earth today. And I will give you a glimpse of what your power, your superpower, titled this presentation tonight, looks like. It simply looks like this. Hello, hello. Well, the video is not going to engage. So either way, peace, love, and light to you. I'll be seeing you soon. Blessings to everyone. My love is so great for you and for the divine. It's like I am in awe every time when I see you pass me, lavender soul, until you walk by. Good night.